quantum event creates new particles without a cause. Now, we will have to understand first, how something is created from nothing without any cause or instructions. In quantum physics, a quantum fluctuation is the temporary change in the amount of energy in a point in space, arising from Werner-Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. According to one formulation of the principle, energy and time can be related by the relation. Energy occurring in the time interval delta t is approximately equal to the Planck constant h divided by 2 pi. That means, that conservation of energy can appear to be violated, but only for a very short time. This allows the creation of particle-antiparticle pairs of virtual particles. The effects of these particles are measurable, for example, in the effective charge of the electron, different from its naked charge. In the modern view, energy is always conserved, but the eigenstates of the Hamiltonian energy observable are not the same, as that is the Hamiltonian doesn't commute with the particle number operators. Quantum fluctuations may have been very important in the origin of the structure of the universe. According to the model of inflation, the ones that existed when inflation began were amplified, and formed the seed of all current observed structure. The following is an animation of the random quantum fluctuation events, shown here in slow motion. Space-time appears. Energy or matter and antimatter appears. Energy or matter and antimatter disappears. All in less than 10 to the power of minus 43 seconds. Space-time disappeared. The random quantum fluctuation events create time-space and two equal amount of positive and negative particles, also referred to as energy particles and anti-energy particles. These random quantum fluctuation events pop up for less than 10 to the power of minus 43 seconds. These just created particles would eliminate themselves immediately, if it were not for the instant sequestering into the separated 6 sub-universes. From now on, this is how those random quantum fluctuation events will look in this paper. The random quantum fluctuation events. Now that we understand that the random quantum fluctuation events are responsible for creating exactly equal amounts of particles and antiparticles with zero balance, we will continue with the next step. That next step is also executed in the orbit, as an integral part of the quantum inversion warp. Its function is to sort out the newly created particles by their phase-shifted angles into 3 twin groups, and then sequester them into the 6 sub-universes. Thus they form a total of 6 sub-universes, each distanced from each other by a 60-degree phase angle, phi. This will keep them separated. It's like collecting each unique wave sections on one of the 6 plane surfaces of a virtual cube. Opposing sides on the cube will sequester matter and antimatter of the companion sub-universe. This will prevent their recollapse back into themselves and into nothingness. Remember that the lifetime of the unsequestered particle and antiparticle is only 10 to the power of minus 43 seconds. Simultaneously to this quantum event, space-time is established and their separation becomes now solidified. This is how SIT explains how particles and energy is continuously newly established without any cause. Collecting selected random quantum fluctuation events, and sequestering them into 6 sub-universes. We will demonstrate with this animation, how the newly spawned random quantum fluctuation events particles are sequestered into the 6 subuniverses, and then how the subuniverses will be superposed to occupy the same space. Inside the singularity is the geometric location of the orbit. It contains no spacetime. At the orbit is where the quantum inversion warp and random evolutionary trial and error, reject or select are executed. The resulting particles of quantum inversion warp and random evolutionary trial and error, reject or select are sequestered and loaded into the appropriate 6 subuniverses. The 6 subuniverses are superposed and occupying the same space, like photons can occupy the same space. The black holes of all subuniverses line up with each other and their gravity leaks into all other parallel subuniverses. The cosmic microwave background is about 3 degrees Kelvin and the unique pattern indicate very slight temperature differences. Red-colored patches have higher density areas, where later more likely particles conglomerate into nebulas and consequently the galaxies will form. The Pauli principle is not violated here since the particles are not normal fermions, they rather act like fermions with some boson characteristics, due to their phase shift and are therefore not the same. Having particles sequestered for a very long time, of and maintaining multiple subuniverses are an essential part of SIT. The standard model of particle physics. We will give you now a quick overview of the new particles that can evolve from the original spawned particles by the random quantum fluctuation events function. The 3 generations of matter fermions can be clearly recognized. These original phase-shifted particles behave similar like stem cells in biology, and can develop into any other of the standard model particles and the supersymmetry particles of physics, to form the subuniverses.